Well, it is July 12th. It's been 10 days since I came out to the woods and set cameras out in the new areas. So normally I let them sit about 2 weeks, but I got this whole week off, so I wanted to check cameras. So that's what I'm doing today. We had Hurricane Elsa come through last Wednesday. Today is Monday. So last Wednesday, Hurricane Elsa came through, dropped a pile of rain, wind. It's pretty nasty for a while, pretty much all day. And the water is crazy. As you can see right here, I've got my brand new hip waders that I bought. I got those on because I've been needing them. I've been thigh deep in water all over the place. So we're gonna check this camera, get up here to it. We're almost to it, but I'm gonna get here and check this one and see what's on it. Check the other two that I've got out. And hopefully they've got some good sign. It's only been 10 days, so I don't expect too much, but we'll see what we got. It's always nice when the camera is still on the tree and has not been chewed up by a bear. Well, as you've seen, that camera had a whole lot of nothing on there. 10 days, and I had 2 pictures of the same doe. Could have been a little button buck, but pretty sure it was a doe. But anyhow, pulled that camera up just for the simple fact I kind of want to move these cameras around from where they're at. So pulled it up. We're heading to the next one. And now we're heading to check what's becoming one of my favorite camera spots so far in this particular area, at least out of the cameras that I've set. This is where I got the picture of that pretty fair looking buck several weeks back. I can't even remember the date, but it's the first video that I put up of the first camera check of 2021. And that nice buck I had on that camera, been getting consistent pictures of like 3 or 4 different does that are coming through there very consistently, which isn't really a big thing because it's just does, but I plan on shooting some does this season. So that's nice to see, especially because here in Florida and on these management areas in particular, you can't shoot does unless it's archery season. So I plan on this being a good doe whacking spot for opening. So anyhow, we're going to check this camera, see what's on it. Hopefully that nice buck came back through, or some different buck, and let's see what it is. But I've just been leaving this camera here because it may sound kind of silly leaving it there just for some does, but like I said, I plan on shooting some does, so might as well leave it there. One thing I want to show you, hopefully the camera will pick it up okay. See these bubbles right here? It's just a little bubble trail going right up onto land down that little opening. Well, this is one of the trails that caught my attention when I first came over here. Before all the rain came, this was all just dirt. There was no water at all. And the tracks were just insane going back through here. And my camera's right through the wood line right here, but I gotta go up about 30 yards and then cut in, so that way I don't mess up this trail by walking down the trail, obviously. But that just shows me that a deer came by here sometime not too long ago, because those bubbles are still there, and because there's tracks all up and down this little dirt patch here. It's just crazy how these deer are using this spot. It makes me really excited knowing that they're so consistent. It's just, hopefully that consistency will last to hunting season. This used to be all dry. Now it's just full of water. That's the camera right there. Let's see what she's got. Well, I was not expecting to see what we got on camera now. Dadgum, a stud of a buck. I don't know if that's the same buck from several weeks back that I got on there, and he's just grown a lot more, or if that's a completely different buck. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the pictures, try to tell them apart, look at the antler characteristics and such. But regardless, dang, that's a big buck. And still got plenty of growing time. We're in July 12th here in north central Florida, so he's still got a month, a little more of growing. So generally, from my experience of pictures, seems like the middle end of August is when they shed their velvet around here. But regardless, that is a nice buck. So he would undoubtedly be on a hit list for me. So we'll see. It's showing good. And those does, of course, they were coming in consistently as usual. Had a small little, looked like a 5 point maybe, little small buck. I had pictures of him prior. And of course that bear actually came in less than an hour after I came in here last time, 10 days ago. He came in less than an hour after I left and came right up to the camera and smelt where I was at. So just to keep it on the safe side, give it about another 3 weeks and then go ahead and change them out. I definitely don't want to go in there more than I have to now, especially knowing that they're consistently coming through like that, and that buck too. The first picture to the last picture I got of that buck, that was 3 days in a row he came through. So what I'm going to do is I got one more camera to check about 300 yards away. I'm going to check that, and then this spot that I'm at is just a little stretch of pines, of taller pines mixed with these short pines here, short pines on both sides. And the stretch of tall pines is only about 80 yards in width, and then it's really long. So I'm pretty confident they're using this as a funnel, which was the whole point of me putting that camera there, was expecting them to use it as a funnel so they don't have to go out in these smaller pines. But anyhow, when I get that camera checked, I'm going to go on the opposite side of these pines and try to find a way that I could go through to get to a tree stand set up, because I would rather do that now, obviously, than wait until a week or two before the season opens to start crashing through there and making a little spot to find a tree. So a little tip of advice, I know this is going to be a spot I'm going to want to try to hunt probably, so I'm going to go on that back side and cut in to where I ain't got to worry about walking through where the deer are expected to walk through. Alright, camera number 3 checkup time. I really don't know what to expect from this one, but I had to put it up a little bit over head height because the grass in here, can't really tell from the camera as I'm seeing that now, but this grass is about waist height on me. So I had to put it up a little bit higher to actually be looking down. So let's check it. Well, it wasn't too bad. I mean, had a couple does. Had a fawn with a doe, which, daggum, July 12th, and she's still in spots and pretty small. But that's a Florida rut for you. Some late breeders there. But anyhow, I'm pretty hot. I'm getting drenched in sweat. And even though it's starting to cloud up, I'm pretty confident we got some storms moving in. Mosquitoes are still pretty hungry. Surprisingly, got some yellow flies flying all around me, which I have not seen any of them in about probably a month. It's been a while since I've seen some yellow flies, which I ain't complaining one bit. I'm complaining now because they're starting to bite me. But anyhow, went ahead and left that camera. So that's all the camera checks for today. I'm going to do a little bit more scouting though, and maybe set up some more. And that's about all for today. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed watching this video. I know these camera checks aren't really the most action-packed of videos, but I enjoy bringing y'all along. It's like y'all are here with me checking these cameras. I know there's at least a few of y'all that like these videos just to see what I'm getting on camera and what I'm up to. So this is it. So for y'all who like these videos of me just checking cameras and showing y'all what's on them, give me a like if you would on this video. Let me know that you enjoy it. Sometimes I'm like hit or miss on if I should even record something like this, because I know there's not much in it. But then I think there's some people that I like watching here on YouTube that don't really do much stuff sometimes, but I just enjoy the camaraderie. So if that's y'all with me, give me a like if you would. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We got so many more videos going to be coming throughout the summer here into hunting season. Of course, hunting season is just going to blow up because I've got so many hunts planned this season in some great places. Got some awesome quota hunts that I got drawn for. So as long as the deer do their part and show up, we're going to have some great footage. I plan to do some whacking and stacking this season, as I'm sure all of us do every season. Freezer's low, we're going to fill that thing up. But anyhow, I appreciate y'all. Heading back to the truck, going to get an AC, check out a couple more places, and head on to the house. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you before long, if anything, in a few weeks when I go to check that one camera that we just checked that had all the bucks on it. See ya.